Hey, MMM group. So this week we are talking about cayenne pepper and does it increase our metabolism? And the short of it is yes. So if we have a little bit of cayenne pepper in our diet or a thermogenic compound called capsaicin, which is in the cayenne pepper, that's the active ingredient that we're looking for, it can help us burn up to, are you ready for the grand total? 50 calories a day, which is, maybe about 3/4 of an apple, okay? So I give you that example up front so that we understand, like, you can't just eat cayenne pepper and then, all of a sudden we're just dropping weight left and right. So it's a sprinkle. So if you've seen my video about what are sprinkles, right? We have to build the cupcake before you can put the sprinkles on it. Supplements, cayenne pepper, things that we add on are sprinkles, okay? So we want to make sure that we have good solid habits. We are focused on solid nutrition, getting our daily movement, our sleep, our stress management, our stress response first. Those are the thing, our hydration, those are what we're looking at first. Once we have that in place, then we can kind of look to these other things that might give us like I was going to say 1%, but it's not even the 1%. It's like a 100th of a percent, right? But every little bit helps, and baby steps build, and then we feel like we have a little bit of something. So the cayenne pepper, yes, can help us increase the metabolic rate. It will help us burn approximately 50 calories a day with about 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, which if you have it all at one time, that's a little bit spicy. You're gonna feel that in your sinuses, and that's the reaction, that thermogenic activity of the capsaicin in there. It's also used in tear gas, a little bit different concentration and modification to that, but sort of the same concept, same principle there. So yes, we can use it as part of what we're doing. You also find that if you ever see, things that are like metabolic boosters or like cleanses, we're going to see cayenne pepper, ginger, lemon, garlic. These are all things that when we kind of combine them, it's going to have a little bit of a detox effect, and it is going to increase our metabolism. Again, we're only going to see any kind of result from that when all the other stuff is dialed in. I always say when we don't have the other stuff dialed in, it's very much like shoveling sand at the beach. Like, yeah, you're moving the sand, but it really doesn't matter. So you want to make sure that you've got those good habits in place. Then we can move on to these things. The other one that, there's two more things that I wanted to talk about. The other one that can help us raise our metabolic rate is the bulletproof coffee. That if you guys have seen my video on that, you know that I love. This will actually mostly make you sweat when you have your bulletproof coffee, which I would have in the morning sometimes when I'm kind of doing my bulletproof coffee phase. It is my coffee. It is 1 tablespoon of medium chain triglyceride, caprylic acid. Okay, that's kind of the thing, and ghee or coconut oil. Okay, so you're going to emulsify that. It becomes this nice frothy, creamy thing. Looks a little bit like a latte, very yummy. But there's no sugar in there. It's a very silky, yummy, delicious taste. I love it. You can add a little bit of cinnamon on top of it, or emulsify that in with it as well for a little bit extra bonus for blood sugar management. This will increase your metabolism, and it's also said to kind of blunt the release of the caffeine. And so, we don't get this like caffeine spike and then crash out. It's more just like a sustained release. It's a little bit longer over time. And then we also, research shows we see a little bit more increased focus and acuity with brain function. So less brain fog when we use this. So I'm a big fan of the bulletproof coffee. I typically do it for 2 weeks at a time, and then I'm kind of off of that phase to kind of get the full benefit of that. I use it as my breakfast. So I don't eat breakfast. That is my breakfast. It does have calories in it, but there are no carbohydrates. It's all fats, healthy fats that we're going to consume at some point. May as well all be right there in the coffee in the morning. Okay, so it's not like additional fat. It's not fast food fried chicken fat. It is medium chain triglycerides and some coconut oil, which also is another source of medium chain triglycerides, or a ghee, okay, just to give it the additional fat calories in there. If you have more questions on that, you can search up the video on Bulletproof Coffee, or you can ask me directly. The last thing I want to say here about our metabolism, as we are like, what am I going to do to pick up my metabolism? All of these things. And then, our days are like crazy and we're like rushing to go pick somebody up from school and another kid to another activity, and I got to go food shopping and nobody made dinner, so I'm going to just grab this thing and on to the next thing. But wait, I got a phone call, and all of these, and we're all jacked up. And we're going to raise our metabolism. Our neurotransmitters can be super frenetic, and then we're at the end of the night and we can't sleep. So, as with anything, do not overcorrect, right? If you're feeling like you're super amped up coming into September, maybe it's busy for you back to school. Maybe it's not the best time to do like a 2-week bulletproof coffee thing, right? Maybe wait until everybody's kind of back at school and things are settled down for you. So you're not just adding and getting all of those excited neurotransmitters to just cascade down, right? Because then we're just jacked up all day, and then we got to calm down, and jacked up and then calm down. And that can be a big roller coaster for the body and can also set some confusion out there. So try to remember, when we're doing anything, don't overcorrect or don't overdo any one area. The body does not like that. It likes what we call homeostasis. It likes to be in the center, likes to be well regulated in the middle area. It doesn't like to be too high or too low. When we push it too high, there's going to be an equal swing to too low, and that can be very exhausting to our bodies. It can also make us feel all of the symptoms that we sort of complain about. Brain fog, exhaustion, irritability, mood, all of the things, right? Weight gain, all of those things, that can all be exacerbated by that overcompensation. So stick to the middle. Don't go, I'm going to do this metabolic thing, and then I'm all, jacked up and I can't sleep, right? So pick the right time for that. Or maybe you don't even need that. Maybe you just put a little cayenne pepper in something once in a while, right? Or maybe you just include some coconut oil in something in once in a while, get the good benefits of the medium chain triglycerides. And then, as I mentioned before, my other video that we were doing in the kitchen, we talked about magnesium. That can be nice and calming, right? The magnesium is a muscle relaxer. Maybe have a nice magnesium tea on the flip side. All right, MMM group. If you have any questions, as always, please let me know.